Cycling is a knee-friendly cardio exercise, and for some knee injuries it can even be part of the rehab program. So the big question today is, does cycling help patellar tendinitis? Let's find out. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you already know that to recover from patellar tendinitis you need to expose the tendon to progressive loading with a slow strengthening exercise. Ideally, you would use an exercise that you can do slowly to accumulate a lot of time under tension. You can scale up incrementally to safely increase the force on the tendon, and that you can do without causing tendon irritation or a big increase of pain. Our usual suspects for tendon strengthening exercises are slow squats, slow leg presses, isometric holds, and so on and so forth. We've already talked about this. But now we can use the list of requirements to check whether cycling also fits the bill. And the first requirement was that you should be able to do the exercise slowly. And the main purpose of doing these exercises slowly is to prevent energy storage in the tendon by keeping the forces you're exerting on the knee from spiking. These force spikes happen whenever you're accelerating or decelerating a lot, especially when you're jumping, but it also happens at the turnaround point in squats. The faster you squat, the more you first have to decelerate and then accelerate again at the turnaround point. And by moving slowly, we take this spike away and make the exercise a lot safer for someone with patellar tendinitis. When you're cycling, you can do the same thing much easier because it's a continuous movement to begin with, and you don't have to abruptly stop the pedaling motion at any point. In the beginning, you still want to avoid sprinting and hills to keep the force on the tendon low. So cycling does meet the first requirement on our list. It does allow us to expose the tendon to a lot of time under tension in a controlled fashion. Moving on. The second requirement for rehab suitability was that you can scale up the force on the tendon incrementally, and I think that's where cycling's main shortcoming lies if you want to use it to strengthen the patellar tendons. When you're cycling, the force you need to exert to keep moving forward mainly depends on two things: the incline you're on and the gear you're in. So to scale up the force you're exerting on the tendons, you could theoretically ride in higher gears as the weeks go by and your tendons get stronger, as long as you keep the route and your speed the same. With these changes, cycling somewhat meets the second requirement on our list, even though it's not without limitations, and I would put a big asterisk next to it. The third stipulation was that you should be able to do the tendon strengthening exercise without causing a big increase of pain and without causing a tendon irritation. Of course, ideally there should be absolutely no pain during tendon rehab, but the consensus in academic research is that a small amount of pain during and after rehab is okay, as long as pain goes back to baseline again within 24 hours. And you probably already know how your knee reacts to cycling, and this reaction is the best indicator you have to decide whether cycling is safe for you or not. How do your knees feel after cycling? If you get a lot of pain, or if pain stays high for more than 24 hours, cycling is not a good choice for you. I'm sorry. With all that in mind, cycling can help patellar tendinitis, but its usefulness as a rehab exercise has strong limitations. And the biggest limitation may be that you cannot increase the force you apply on the tendon in small increments. Unlike with a leg press, for example, where you can scale up the force you apply on the tendon in 2.5 kilogram increments. That's why I see cycling more as an additional rehab tool that you can use to get more time under tension or to get a safe cardio workout once you've already made good rehab progress. Cycling may also work in the early rehab stages if you can do it without pain, but its usefulness is not without limitations because it's much more difficult to track force and time under tension compared to the conventional rehab exercises. And the reason you want to track these variables is to prevent setbacks by scaling up in a controlled manner. And one trick that has helped me keep cycling back when I had patellar tendinitis is knee sleeves. And I'll talk about how knee sleeves can be useful if you have patellar tendinitis in this video. And if you're looking for safe cardio options, check out the second video and the corresponding article, because it has 97 knee-friendly cardio and fitness exercises that you can use to stay in shape or to build muscle if you have patellar tendinitis or knee pain in general. That's it for now, and I will see you in another video.